Hello there ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? It's Alexander Hilly123 here, and as you can see, today I'm playing the Evil Within AKUMU difficulty on Chapter 3. And of course, as you guys know, I've played this game far too many times before, so what's it doing on the channel yet again? Well, I played this game on the channel, at least on YouTube, uploaded 3 separate playthroughs. One without commentary, survival difficulty. It wasn't the first playthrough, but it was just because at the time I'd just got my capture card and I wanted to show off this game that I really was enjoying. And the gameplay is not great. It's not about the gameplay though. It's still about me just having fun playing survival. Then I did my AKUMU commentary difficulty walkthrough in December 2015, and then I did to celebrate the sequel. The month before the sequel came out, I did AKUMU No Upgrade Keys playthrough without commentary. And of course, I've completed this game far too many times before, under lots of different stipulations, and I'm not going to painstakingly redo my walkthrough or bring out lots more videos of this game, but I thought, you know, the 5-year anniversary is coming up. I'm still getting so much satisfaction out of this game, and I think I always will, to be honest with you. One thing, though, that I wouldn't say I regret, but one thing that I realised was that in my commentary walkthrough, I didn't show how to do Chapter 3 properly. Now, there are certain parts of the game that I would do differently now than what I did back in December 2015, and at the end of the day, this is a one-hit kill difficulty, so it is quite hard to do a walkthrough for all parts, and because certain things will happen differently for others than what they see for me. And that's based on, especially in a chapter like this, the enemy's pathing, and the fact that there's a few RNG spawns, and if you make noise in a certain area, certain enemies will hear it for you, but they won't for me, based on where they are in the pathing, if that makes sense. If they're further away from you, they won't hear the door getting opened loudly. If they're closer to you, they'll hear it. So you've got to bear in mind those kind of things. But what I'm going to showcase in this chapter is how to kill everyone and then kill the sadist last. Because what I did in 2015, when I did my commentary walkthrough of this game, Chapter 3, is I did the suicide strats. I killed the sadist straight away, but I realised that casual players might not be able to replicate that, and of course it might be a bit of a trouble to replicate what I'm going to do here, of course, as well, but there are a few nice tips and tricks in this chapter which should help. So yeah, this is just a one-off video to celebrate the 5th anniversary of the game, which is next month. And there's the first little tip and trick. You shoot that crow, you'll always get something. Whether it be health for other difficulties, whether it be green gel, a grenade even, or ammo, he will drop something.
Shit.
Because Mikami doesn't like crows. We realise this in Resident Evil 4. That guy is dead. One of the best things about this game when you first play it is you come to realise that you don't know which enemies are alive and dead, and you don't know whether to use the matches on them. In Chapter 2, the chapter before this, there are 2 enemies on casual and survival difficulty, and obviously it's going to be your first playthrough on those difficulties, because if you don't know, you can't play a Nightmare AKUMU on your first playthrough of this game. And in that difficulty there are 4 enemies, 2 hidden in the bushes to the left and right. If you leave those guys alive though and try and open the gate on your first playthrough, you're immediately punished because they get up. And that is Lord Mikami telling you to just be aware that not all of these enemies are actually really dead. You learn that, and then from there, you come to realise that a lot of them are actually dead, but you never know. In the second game, however, they seem to just be playing dead for the sake of it, because there's no matches in that game, and they're just there for free green gel, really. But so far, if you follow everything I've done, you'll have gotten a bit of extra green gel. Maybe, obviously, your loot will be different than the loot that I'm getting. But these little tubs of green gel all add up and help you get more powerful as you get through the game. Obviously, we heard the audio cue from the doctor, but we don't want to go from that side. We want to go from this side because we get this axe. Now, I'm specifically killing every enemy here, and you might say, well, how about show how to kill some of the enemies, but not all, and then how to kill the sadist. But you got to realise that everything I do with my lantern on, you don't even have to sprint in this game, on this difficulty at least, for them to hear you. Even I, having played this game so many times, would probably die if I tried to do it that way. That's why I'm taking these enemies out one by one.
Who's there? No, don't shoot. I'm not one of them. I'm a doctor. Marcelo Jimenez.
You were in the ambulance before it crashed, right?
Yes, we're lucky to be alive.
Have you seen anyone else?
My patient Leslie. I saw him running up ahead, but...
But?
Come this way. Quietly, mind you. Have a look for yourself. Those things chased me all the way into the village.
Me too. They're all over the place.
Leslie went through that gate. Good Lord.
There are too many to shoot our way through.
One of us could try to lure them away while the other gets the gate open. You're the one with the gun.
If you say so.
You could see through the binoculars there the Ruvik insta-kill clone, and there's a great strategy to take him out. You've got to remember and realise though that not every strategy in this game that I show you is foolproof. There are not many foolproof strategies in this game because things can always go wrong, of course. But we're just going to run into here, and I'm going to wait now for the cutscene to happen.
Over here! Here! Hey! Over here! That's right, this way!
That old guy's gonna get himself killed.
Now the thing is with this chapter, we don't have the crossbow yet, we don't have the shotgun, and the handgun, it's very useful in this game when upgraded, but obviously it does have forced potato aim, and these enemies move very fast, going for headshots. It's not recommended really. When you first play the game on survival, headshots is good, you can improve the crit. You know you're not going to die in one hit. Hey, that rhymed. But on AKUMU, you know you are going to die in one hit, and the movements, you quickly learn that there's a big difference between survival difficulty and Nightmare AKUMU. So it's either leg shots or no shots at all. I don't kill many enemies with a handgun on Nightmare AKUMU. But once you walk here, you're going to spawn 3 enemies. It'll be 3 every time. And I'm going to use the axe immediately. And right there, ladies and gentlemen, something has happened which has never happened before. And it's why doing a walkthrough is very difficult. I'm still going to be able to showcase the strategy which I wanted to. There's a RNG grenade, which is nice. But that guy came up to me quicker than I've ever seen him do before. Because I usually kill him and this guy with the door strats. Now, this can be very slow, it can be very fast. This one's very fast. But that is what I wanted to do with the other guy. As soon as you see him clipping through the door, knock it down. Oh, there's another grenade. And burn him. Now, sometimes, in fact, quite a lot of times, they'll stagger but won't fall. If that happens, you could shoot him in the leg, knock him down and go for the burn. Obviously, this is AKUMU, so know that if you're going for the burn, you're risking getting hit, and that is RNG. It takes skill out of the game. That's why a lot of people don't like AKUMU. That's why I prefer Nightmare than AKUMU. But just beware that that can happen. But that guy nearly killed me. Thankfully, the timing of the axe hit was perfect. Had it not been, I probably should have died. But here, you need to replicate what I've just done. Because this guy with a shotgun, who's the biggest danger in this whole chapter, is now dead. With an easy stealth kill. Because his pathing, as you come out of that window, is always the exact same. As is this guy, his mate with a torch. So we're going to take him out now. And we're going to take his motherfucking torch. And also, when you're near bombs like this, and when I stand up, Let's see if that bomb goes off. I'm going to say it won't, but it might do. Oh, bloody hell. That one goes off behind me. Yeah, I'd say I'm closer to that one. The way this game works with the bombs is if I go into a little animation of doing the stealth kill, and I'm not holding the crouch button, the bomb's going to go off during that and kill me. If you're holding the crouch button, even as you come out of crouching to stealth kill, the bomb won't go off. It's kind of retarded, but I've got used to this game's retardation. Anyway, don't worry about kicking that door open. There are 2 bird trapperinos here. We're going to disarm them, ladies and gentlemen. And there's a sleeping enemy in here. Just beware that even though he's on the floor, he can still get up and kill you. But here's the game changer now. I'm going to let that guy kill himself because it's funny. But here's the Ruvik insta-kill clone, who is so tricky to handle when you first play Nightmare AKUMU on this game, on this chapter, because he wasn't here on survival. Just kick that door open and he will always hear that regardless of where he is on his path in there. I'm going to destroy that bomb so I can run around this area. There's also most probably going to be another haunted behind Ruvik. There's RNG all about this game, so he might even be alongside him. I'm going to separate these 2 hay bales, which allows me to use them twice with the torch, not use up any matches either. As he busts through, I'm going to do that. He's dead. He's running around. He could easily grab me there. He's running into the table though. Should be okay. He might throw his axe at me. There you go. You've got to be very careful in this game at all fucking times. I've got to say as well, ladies and gentlemen, that recently I completed AKUMU with 0 deaths for the first time, and yet here we are with me doing a supposed guide, and in chapter 3 I very nearly died though. This is still a tricky chapter, make no mistake. But like I said before, the only reason that I'm redoing this specific chapter is because this is so different than what I showcased in my guide, in my walkthrough back in December 2015. Because I think I'd have already completed chapter 3 by now. This is how I do it legit. And to be honest with you, if I play AKUMU and I'm just having fun, trying to avoid dying and just getting through the game and enjoying it because I love it, I'll still do the suicide strats. Because it is so much more safer than doing it the way I'm doing now. But that guy had an axe, and as soon as they're going to throw the axe, you need to be on the run, ladies and gentlemen. You really do. Now, I'm going to set up a hay bale here for the sadist later. So if you're following this, please feel free to do the same. I've still got this torch, which is quite interesting. Now, you want to stay crouched here. There's 2 guys. And although staying crouched will allow you to get a stealth kill on that guy, his mate behind him, you can't. So, obviously, you could shoot him with a gun. But I think you all know the way this is going now. Just going to watch him as he falls. Now, there is another guy around this area. And it never tends to happen when I've done it on Nightmare, but on AKUMU, you can sometimes hear all this commotion going on. And I've just heard him in the barn, so this torch is useful. The thing is, with the torches and the axes in this game, they're incredibly good to have on other difficulties. On AKUMU, they're a little bit of a risk because it's a 50-50 situation, really, where, yep, you could kill the enemies, but they could kill you. Now that glass is always going to shatter there. So what we're going to do is we're going to leg it into here. We're going to get the shotgun and we're going to duck under this tripwire. And this is a place here and a moment where you can really thin out the numbers. Or you could even glitch into the wall, Seb. Because this guy is going to blow himself up. And he may not actually die instantly from that, but he did do there. And of course, by now, we've got a shotgun with a lot of bullets in. So we can go ham. Yep, you just witnessed that. Oh man, why do these things only happen when you hit the record button? I don't know. And I got lucky though, and the gameplay was also absolutely appalling. But the thing is, because of the glass smashing like that, this part always seems to happen the exact same. The glass smashes, and it's a moment where the enemies will all congregate on this area because they've heard it. And that's why I like to run in here. The shotgun will always be here if you came into this house first, before the one on the right down there. Duck under the tripwire, then you've got the shotgun, then you can guard yourself. As long as you've got matches and the shotgun, you can guard yourself here, protect yourself. He will usually die as he goes through the tripwire. If he doesn't, you can go for the match burn immediately, but he's weakened significantly, so even 1 or 2 handgun bullets will finish him off. Now, you saw the match mechanic not work with the sniper guy once, if not twice there. That can sometimes happen when you're a distance away from them. But on this difficulty, quite simply, you need to be a distance away from them. Because even in that room there, with the female police officer, she nearly killed me, but I was confident that it wouldn't happen because I was a distance away. If I was right next to her though, she'd have killed me. And this game, there are so many different enemies with different animations that some go further than others. You know? So you get some enemies whose melee attacks are not distant at all, or ones that don't have melee, and then you have ones that, if you're right next to them, you will die because they've got an axe in the hand or a scythe or God knows what. But obviously we're wanting to kill all these enemies, ladies and gentlemen. And that guy might come out that window now, he might not. But I can introduce him to door strats again. That was very unlucky. Incredibly unlucky, I'd say. Game's definitely trolling me a little bit here. And I've only got 2 shotgun shells, so I've got to be a bit careful. But I'm not going to break this glass before I do this strat, because if you break the glass, they'll run to the area where the windows are. I want them where the bottle dropped. And I think there's 2 or 3 enemies around here. Ah, okay, that's good. Because now he's there. I'm not going to let him see me, I'm just going to let him go upstairs. The female haunted is just in front of him, and now I'm going to smash the glass. And now they should come down together. As we can see, the game is yet again completely trolling the shit out of me at the moment. But it doesn't really matter, because this fucking arsehole has walked into his death. It's a great trap, and it's really fun to utilise, ladies and gentlemen. And now we've got the crossbow as well, so we can fuck some shit up. But that has worked better in the past. But I think it's the best strategy. Sometimes I've had one of the guys bust out the window, even when I'm not making noise. This game's weird though, you know. The enemies in this game, they can see the torch, which isn't weird, it's just obvious, but sometimes, for example, they'll see it through walls and stuff when they shouldn't be able to see it. It doesn't make any sense, but these kind of things happen. So we now have the flashbolt, which is without a shadow of a doubt one of the best things in this game. It'll get you through AKUMU. And also, nearly all the enemies are dead. However, there's a cheeky, dirty spawn down here where 3 enemies will appear. I'm going to throw that bottle, and then I'm going to kill them. And as long as you followed what I've done here, you can do this whichever way you want to. What I tend to do is use the harpoon and try to get this guy. Yep. Timing wasn't quite right, but you can see what I was going for. I was trying to burn him at once by harpooning that guy close to where the other one was. Now, I've no matches here. Always keep an eye on the matches, ladies and gentlemen. My strategy, if you're out of matches on this game, would be to increase the crit of the shotgun and try and just blast them away with a headshot as quickly as you can. Now I'm going to get the keys. I can't exactly remember. I'm just going to get a cup of coffee here. Oh, it's a good cup of coffee, that. I can't exactly remember if I spoke about how to do this the proper way back in December 2015 when I did my AKUMU commentary walkthrough, but by that point, I don't think I'd barely done AKUMU legitimately. Because by the first 3 or 4 months of the game coming out, people realised that the suicide strats were a thing, like to kill the sadist. So then not many people did this chapter legit, and I think that's why it's really satisfying to be able to showcase this to you guys now and do it properly. But just so you know, everyone is now dead in this chapter. Now you could try and replicate what I've done, but you could still die. The way I've done it here, I'll be honest with you, it usually goes a little bit better than it has, and it's a shame, but I'm not going to painstakingly do this again and again and again. You know, give it about 3 or 4 more attempts until you guys see an attempt which was effortless and perfect, because this game isn't like that. There's skill involved, but there's also quite a bit of RNG.
Great. There's got to be something that'll get through this. Maybe a chainsaw or something.
I think this is probably the best way to do this chapter, though. You're going to clear them out. But there's a few clutch moments. But that's a good moment. Hiding under the tripwire, allowing one of them to get themselves killed, and then defending yourself with a shotgun, knowing you've got matches. And then coming up here, like I said, if you run, if you've got a torch, you could run to here. And the enemies are always vulnerable. If they go through a window, don't stand in front of it, of course, but let them bust through, and then as soon as they're through, torch them. If you run around here, one of these guys might see you coming down the stairs, but if they haven't seen you, do what I did before and throw the bottle. There's a guy actually walking around here, isn't there? Make sure he doesn't see you, but throw a bottle into that area, and they'll go and walk into the area where the trap is. What you don't want to do is actually do that, because they'll run past that area quicker and come towards where you are. Don't forget the shotgun guy as well. Going through that window, he'll always be in the same place, which means that he's so easy to kill. So he will not trouble you. But there's just one enemy to take care of, ladies and gentlemen, and the axes and the torches do good damage to him. Now, there's actually 2 strategies that I've got here, and I wish it wasn't the case, because I want to have a clear mind in regards to what to do. But I'm just going to get myself matches, just in case I need to burn this hay bale. And this is strategy number 1. As he busts through, what I always like to do is drop an explosive bolt. Sometimes he'll run past it. Sometimes he'll be right in the effect of it and he'll take maximum damage that he could from it. But one of the things I like to do is use a flash bolt, hit him with the axe, and then stab him at the same time. Obviously, this is only a level 1 flash bolt, so you got to be quick to move once you've stabbed him. And then I go up here, I burn the hay bale, and when he's stuck in place because he's on fire, lob grenades at him. Now, I've got 3 grenades. If you've looted this area like I have, I'd be surprised if you don't have at least 2 grenades. Sometimes you might not get it, but overall you usually will. I can't remember if lobbing that grenade from where I am now will do something. It may well do. Even though I've played this game so many times, guys, I don't know everything. But that's strategy number 1. And if he's not dead by then, you've got a lot of time and space to run around there. Don't forget, you've got a little bit of green gel by now. You probably, if you're a casual player, you might have half of what I've got there. That'll still allow you to put a 7th bullet in the handgun, increase your accuracy to level 3, increase your fire rate, increase your damage, etc. So you might not have the potato aim. The shotgun's dangerous against the sadist because unless you're right up close, it's not going to do point blank damage. But a good time to use the shotgun is when he's damaged by the fire there because he's stuck in place. Another strat you could do though is once you've hit him with the let me think. Is with a flash bolt and the axe is to run up here, manage your stamina, go up those stairs, and then this area here, you can get on top of there. Obviously there are trap parts on there, so you know you can. And if you are here, he will be there, and you can just do whatever you want. Be careful, obviously, not to get yourself killed with the splashback of the grenades and the explosive bolts on AKUMU. It can happen. But he can't get up there, and it's absolutely beautiful. If there are enemies in the area, don't forget that you're not safe, because some of them can melee attack you and kill you instantly. So I'm actually going to have a bit of fun, though, here, guys. I'm just going to see if this will actually break the sadist out, because I'm not sure it does. It does. I'd be interested to know how much damage that's actually done to him. Because he doesn't actually go for his chainsaw. If you go closer to that, you don't see this this little scene of him revving his chainsaw. He just comes out. As you can see, you've got a few good seconds before he gets ready to attack you again. As he's coming up the ladder, it's not a bad idea to maybe hit him once or twice. Actually, I missed that fucking shot. And as we can see, he was actually dead by the first throw, but on AKUMU difficulty, don't worry about using an extra resource like that. Just be glad that the enemy died. I don't know what I said and what I upgraded
I better hold on to this.
back in December 2015, but the things you want to upgrade on AKUMU more than any other, the stamina, obviously. The amount of matches, obviously. The accuracy of the handgun, obviously. Everything seems obvious, though. That's the thing. Everything will help you survive. But yeah, the matches, the stamina, the accuracy of the handgun, the amount of stock you can hold, especially in your crossbow. You know, this isn't grounded difficulty on The Last of Us. The thing is with The Last of Us on grounded, although I love that game, one of the things that I prefer about this game is that on AKUMU you get ammo drops that are quite plentiful. Like, in certain areas, 6 handgun bullets will drop, 3 shotgun shells will drop. With The Last of Us, there's no lockers either. So there's no extra ammo coming your way. So it means that despite how many times you've played the game, you're still going to struggle. At least that's the way I see it. I think this game on AKUMU is easier than The Last of Us on grounded. But on this game, you have more ways to kill enemies than you think, believe me. Including the bottle throws. You know, it's a skill, but once you line it up like that and throw it at the head, go in with a kill, you'll get used to the animation that they're in when they're available to be stunned. Sometimes they'll stagger but not be able to be killed with the bottle. But yeah, this is Chapter 3, ladies and gentlemen, The Evil Within. It's been fun to do. Just a one-off video. 5 years since this great game was released. And I wanted to show you guys how to do the chapter and kill the sadist last, instead of just killing him. Because if you just kill him, all the other enemies, if you don't know, they will, let me think. You can tell I'm not in the mood for making a video because I'm just losing my train of thought all the time. Yeah, they despawn as soon as you kill the sadist. But this hasn't been perfect, and maybe, just maybe, there are better guides out there on the internet for how to do this chapter. And kill all the enemies. But there's a bit of RNG involved, and it's probably not going to go the same exact way as it did for you. But overall, you will survive doing the kind of strats I've done here. But don't be surprised if you get hit by an enemy with melee or a straight axe. Or maybe just an explosive bolt. I've just killed myself through the cutscene, and I'm still alive! Oh my lord, look at that. Game? I think I'm in Chapter 4. I just saw a cutscene. Oh, I love doing stupid shit like this in this game, man. I better hold on to this. But yeah, there we have it. Coming up on the channel before the end of the year, ladies and gentlemen. For my sins, I guess I want to do Resident Evil 2 Claire A on hardcore. And I still want to do Dead Space 3. Me and one of my Twitch moderators, GX, wanted to do Dead Space 3 co-op. Fuck this light! But I still might one day do it solo on my YouTube channel as well. But I'm pretty burnt out with YouTube, and right now I'm pretty burnt out with Twitch. But to be honest with you, I am enjoying just playing games. I'm playing Control at the moment for the first time. Not perfect by any means, but I'm having fun. I forget the name of it, but it's from the devs of Fallout New Vegas. That game's coming out in the next month or so. The Outer Fields. Is it something like that? Big open world RPG. Not always my bag, but I'm in the mood for it. Because it looks a heck of a lot of fun. And I think it's going to be what the Fallout game should have been after New Vegas, but haven't been. And then Doom Eternal. Also got Gears 5, but I'm not as excited for Gears 5. I'm sure the campaign's still fun, but all the tacked on multiplayer bullshit I'm not looking forward to. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon.